Time is currently 1:30. I'm at Canary Wharf. I thought I'll come here, bring you guys with me to just get some motivation, man. Just look around, see how certain people are living, and not to be materialistic or anything, but really to just put into perspective that there's so much more. There's so much more to life than just your typical 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 grind, the rat race as they call it. You can escape, man. You can escape. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why would I want to escape? I can just stick to my 9 to 5. I can work this job. I can do whatever I'm doing. I'm living comfortably. Family's happy. I'm happy. We're all eating. Alhamdulillah. But really, really, really ask yourself, bro. What's this? Ask yourself deep down inside, are you really content and happy with where you're at right now? Contentment is bliss. Okay. But acceptance of being broke due to laziness is not contentment. Rewind that and listen to that again, because a lot of people fall into that trap, and I was a victim of it for a long time. You can get so easily caught up in this whole, I'm earning enough for the month, we're all eating, I can live like this the rest of my life. And go ahead, there's no issue with it. I'm not saying there's something wrong with working the same job for the rest of your life, but I'm saying as Muslims in the West, we need to ask ourselves how many of our daily activities are hindered because we're given most of our time, 3/4 of a day. We're given a third of our day to work. And when we're at work, if you want to pray salah, you gotta ask your manager, and they'll say they'll allow you to pray, but they give that vibe like, why is this guy always going to pray? And say, it took 2-3 minutes extra on his prayer break, he's probably sleeping. You just feel wrong about doing something which you were created for, just to worship Allah. If you had your own business, your own side hustle, something, you wouldn't have to worry about these things. You can pray on your own time. You can do whatever you want pretty much, and just live how you were created to live without worrying about money. Money's still coming in, especially in the UK. If you're watching from the States or anywhere else in the world, I was born and raised in the UK, and especially in my age group, nowadays, it's very easy to feel like you're trapped, especially as a young Muslim, early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s even in your 30s, man. Like, it's so easy to feel trapped. Like, the cost of living is going up, your salary's barely going up, and if it is going up, it's going against inflation, and you feel like there's no way out, man. You want to study ilm, you can. You want to do umrah, you can. You do hajj, you can. Try your parents, you can. If you want to just give all your time to Allah and not have to worry about going to work and making money, you can. But you need to set something up for yourself. Do something for yourself, guys. No one's going to come and save you. Set up a business. The internet nowadays, there's so many avenues you can make money, halal income online. It's mind-boggling, guys. I'm telling you now, if you just look online, even if it's not online, do something for yourself. But they say there's a saying, right? Use the 9 to 5 to fund the 5 to 9, and then use the 5 to 9 to escape from the 9 to 5. Are you going to take that and apply it, or are you just going to take it and run with it and just leave it as it is? Now, I didn't come here today to show you guys, you need to be rich and you need to be living lavish. I'm saying, look, be completely honest with yourself. If you had the extra money each month, okay, and just stop being humble for a second. Like, put all the humble stuff aside. We get it. You want to say, yeah, but you can be content with little. I get the argument. I get it. I really do. I'm saying, if you had the extra 2-3k, pushing it to 5k a month, okay, on top of your income, how much would that improve, or help you at least to improve in your ibadah? You wouldn't have to worry about make sure you're praying on time, so your manager doesn't come in and check if you're finished praying or not. You wouldn't have to worry about, I got work at this time, but I got Alamiyah at this time. You don't have to worry about, I've got work at this time, but I got to do my Quran at this time. You don't have to rush your salah. Also, so many factors. Put aside the free mixing in the workplace, okay? I can make a whole nother video on that topic alone. Let's not do that. There's so many factors, man. If you just had your own income, it allows you as a Muslim to take back control of your life. And honestly, it's quite embarrassing that majority of Muslims nowadays have just accepted their fate pretty much. It's like they've just given up. They've given up. They're wearing the golden handcuffs and they're like, you know what, I'll run with it. I'll take that. But you don't realize how detrimental that is to you and your kids in the future as well, if you have any. Just hear me out, man. Hear me out. Just remember, your rizq comes from Allah. It doesn't come from your 9 to 5, from your job, from your business. Even your business. It doesn't come from any of those things. Obviously, it comes from Allah. We know this. Okay? Look at the Sahaba radiallahu anhum. They balance their family, their wealth, their finance, their ilm, everything. Perfectly balanced everything. Okay? Now, Islam does not forbid wealth. It's not saying you're not allowed to have wealth. What it does forbid is being enslaved to that wealth. Don't become a slave to the money. Okay? And now, this is where what I'm about to say might sound a bit counterintuitive, but hear me out. Having more money than you actually need will actually free you from being enslaved to money. Why? Because you're not thinking about making money. You have the money there, and that allows you to focus on all the things that actually do matter: family, ilm, and the likes. Not having enough money, being constantly paycheck to paycheck, that enslaves you to money, and by virtue, the rat race, the matrix, if you want to call it that. Because you're constantly thinking, how am I going to feed my family? How am I going to get to the next paycheck? How am I going to pay the next bill, the next rent's due? And in turn, you end up losing track of what actually matters, your family and your ilm. All it takes is a mindset shift. I think because we've been raised thinking that, we go to school with the best grades we can, with the best job we can, work that job, get promotions, and then retire. And most people by that time have like a mortgage for like 90 years that they're still paying off, and they hand over to their kids, and the cycle continues. That's what we've been taught is the way to go. That's how it used to be maybe 30 years ago. That was the secure path. But not anymore. You guys can take the easy path. Be my guest. But please, if you want to leave an impact in this dunya, on this ummah, secure path is not the way to go. Don't take the safe route. The Sahaba had to go to war. They had to do physical acts of sacrifice. They had to actually put in effort to get Islam to where it is today. So don't think that your family or your situation is going to change by you just accepting what's been handed to you on a plate. Just change your mindset from consumer to contributor. If you're going to stay as a consumer, just earning and spending, you're going to be stuck in that cycle, and that's what they want. They give you a salary like a drug. A salary is like a drug which makes you forget the system that you're in. Okay, they pay you at the end of each month, and then that little boost, and then that little boost of dopamine, that euphoria you get from each paycheck, makes you forget that you're stuck in a trap. And you usually figure out halfway between the month, I really don't want to be here. And then you get that paycheck, and it's like, you know what, I can get used to this. But how much longer are you gonna stay in this cycle where your family just in the same level? Every single family, every single successful family has that one outlier, that one black sheep that just makes a difference, that just takes a jump, takes a leap of faith, and takes them, to a whole nother level. You can be that person, trust me. So I'll give you some actionable steps that you guys can apply. There's so many businesses you can do. I'm not gonna get into every single one, but I'll give you guys a few pointers. Now, I'm not saying I do any of these. I'm not saying I plan on doing them. I may not. So I'm just going to give you a few ideas you guys can take on board. A few online businesses you can start up. Anything, just any ideas. If you're starting from square one, from ground zero, and you need some guidance, and you really want to start this journey of self-improvement in terms of financially, let me give you some ideas. First things first, You've got digital skills. There's so many digital skills: video editing, software engineering, okay, software development, audio engineering, um, graphic design, poster designing, making thumbnails for people. Email me. I'll take thumbnails any day of the week. The list goes on. You can make ebooks. Okay, you can do online courses. Okay, you can go on Fiverr, sell your services on Fiverr, Upwork. There's so many options, guys. Okay, then you've got things like private training. If you're into fitness, go and train people how to get fit. Start a social media page, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be, and start reaching out to people who are looking to get fit. Now, obviously, for those certain things like that, you need to have a track record. You need to have results that speak for themselves. So you need to be in good shape first before you start training people. You need to have a good portfolio of designs if you want to be a graphic designer, and so on and so forth. Start building your portfolio and then mark it out, share it out, look for clients, and then word of mouth spreads, and before you know it, you've got your own little side hustle, and that side hustle could eventually become your full-time income. But you have to start, okay?